Hello and welcome to another video, and the clan hero mechs, which were announced last week, have been changed. They're going to be putting out some changes to the heroes and new C-bill variants they're going to be releasing alongside the heroes in order to quash our pay-to-win concerns that we raised in that video last week. But let's go through the details of this post. First off, 3 heroes have been changed: the Executioner, the Shadowcat, and the Ice Ferret. And for a little bit of administrative information here, you can get a full refund if you want to. No questions asked, they'll do it. However, because of how the cart-based system works for their back-end, for their purchasing, if you, like for their example here, got the Ice Ferret and want it refunded, but you also got the Gargoyle and the Hellbringer in the same transaction, you might have to refund all 3 of them and then purchase the 2 back that you wanted while having the one that you didn't want be fully refunded. Just administrative information, just so you know how that would work. If you have any questions, ask billing@mworks.com. But moving on, they're going to add new C-bill variants alongside the heroes that are going to add some really cool stuff for the chassis. And we can see them here, but we're going to go through their details as we get to them in order. First off, we have the Arctic Cheetah. Now, really nice thing here is they're going through their reasoning for each mech. They're saying, like, for example, the Arctic Cheetah, it just adds some ballistic hardpoints and a right torso missile, or like a missile hardpoint in the left torso and ballistics in the right torso. It's like, it's not really that important. It's not going to be essential. And I agree with them. And so they're not going to change the hero. This is good. They're giving some good, solid reasoning as to their thoughts of what they're doing. What they're going to do, though, is add the Arctic Cheetah E, which has 3 ballistic in each arm. Wow, that's a lot of ballistic. You can do like 6 heavy machine guns. If you have the hero, you could do 8. Ridiculous. So that's giving the Arctic Cheetah a really interesting new paradigm that it can do, where the hero can do it that tiny bit better, but the C-bill variants can already do it to well enough where it's not a concern anymore. Moving on to the mislinks. This is one that I had concerns about because that right torso energies just made the mislinks better. What they've done is they haven't changed the hero, but they've added the mislinks G, which has that 2 energy in the right torso, making it so it's equal to the hero. There's no concerns there. Your C-bill variants and the previous invasion variant and steam package variant for the mislinks can pick up that Omnipod and be improved. But what they've also done is added these new arms with this variant that have 1 energy and 4 ballistic each. So you can have 8 ballistic on this mech, just like the Arctic Cheetah up here. You just crap ton of heavy machine guns and just get in there and just tear components apart. And I think that's going to be really cool and add something interesting to the mislinks. Moving down to the Ice Ferret, this is the first one that has been changed. What they've done is they've taken that ECM suite, the all-powerful ECM, and they've moved it from the left torso to the center torso. So now you can see here in the CT of the mech. But that's great. So they're making it so it's not an Omnipod, you can't swap it around, but the hero still has ECM. They've added in ECM for a completely new variant. Now this is non-canon. This is brand new, not in the existing variants, which I really, really like. They need to for some of these mechs. They're just not working as well as they should for a first-person shooter or from what we need for the game, and say, we're just going to make up a Piranha variant, that's where the P comes from, and fix the problems that we have. So this is excellent. So what this P variant does is it's the first one that has right torso energy. So where previously this was the first one that just had right torso hardpoints at all, I believe, this now gives you a right torso hardpoint so that you can do something. All Ice Ferrets in the future will get an additional energy hardpoint to make them that little bit better, which I like. And then I believe the arm and the 2 arms here are copies of previous arms, so no worries there. But moving on to the Shadowcat, it has also been changed. What do we got here? I've got some notes. I gotta always look at them to make sure I'm on track here. It's lost a missile in the right torso. So where before it had 2 missiles in the right torso, which was a direct upgrade to one of the previous mechs, the Omnipods that were available, it's now gone down from 2 to 1, which is going to match the previous one. Okay, so there's the pay to win concern gone from there, but what can we do to make things interesting and cause some, cool builds to be done with the Shadowcat? Well, they're going to add the Shadowcat H, which has a single missile in the left torso and a single energy in the right arm. Now, not many hardpoints on this mech, but it doesn't need it because that left torso missile is the cool part. Because before, it was like, Shadowcat left torso, well, obviously the ECM one. No questions asked, it doesn't have any hardpoints, but you don't need it when you have ECM. But now, we have a choice. We can take ECM or we can take a missile. And while ECM is most likely, for more situations, going to be the more powerful choice, having a missile is going to be really cool because it can allow the mech to do like 4 CERM 6 and just like 4 CERM 6 2 small lasers. I'm not exactly sure what's going to fit on that, but you can make a much more adept striker brawler type thing with the Shadowcat missile based because of this new C-Build variant. So excellent, I'm enjoying that. The Mad Dog, some interesting stuff here, some information on the final placements of the ballistic hardpoints is they don't know exactly where they're going to be, but they will not be at the uppermost mount location / cockpit level. So it's not going to be like your Kodiaks or your Night Jeers where it's like right up there and you can see it, you can shoot it. You have to go that little bit further, which I think is fine. That's kind of what I expected for this mech. So they're going to feel like, we don't really need to go and add ballistics in the side torsos for the C-Build variant. And the ballistics will be fine. They won't be meta. What they did do is they gave us a 3 energy left arm, and what that does is gives the Mad Dog the ability to have 6 energy in its arms, because previously you could do 2 in the left and 3 in the right, but now you can do 3 in both. So all Mad Dogs got a little bit more energy, which is going to be great because you can add an additional, say, small laser to go with your LRMs to give you that, a little bit more close range coverage, or just more lasers because lasers, and they're fun. But moving on to the Ebon Jaguar, and this is where the first one that I kind of disagree with them. This is probably like one of the only ones that I have a little bit of problem with. We got the Ebon Jaguar, and they said that we believe that the hitbox and tonnage trade-offs required to do so, the loading dual ballistics and high torso mounts, provide the hero with its Omnipods unique characteristics without straying into essential Omnipod territory. Now, I can see what they're coming from. You can already do the Gauss in the right torso and then 2 PPCs in the left torso using, I believe, the A Omnipod. I can't remember right off the top of my bat, but there is a 3 energy left torso that you can shunt 2 PPCs into the top mounts, and you can snipe that way. So I guess what they're talking about is doing that build or doing dual Gauss up there. Doesn't really matter, so who cares? I can see that, but still, I would like to have that Omnipod available, but it's a wash, really. I'm not that concerned about this. But what they are doing is adding this Ebon Jaguar D loadout, and what this is it has 2 energy in the right torso, and this is the first time that they've had energy in the right torso, I believe, for the Ebon Jaguar. Well, beyond the hero, but it's 2 energy. It's better than the hero, so that's awesome. The Ebon Jaguar D will make those energy vomit builds that much better on the Ebon Jaguar. Moving on to the Hellbringer, here was unchanged, and I'm happy about that. Instead of going and doing something like taking the hero and bringing it down to the standards of the Hellbringer F, like they did with the Loyalty, where it had 1 energy in the right torso, it now has, it's still keeping its 2, but we're getting the Hellbringer P, which has 2 in the right torso. So every single Hellbringer out there of mine is going to get another energy hardpoint. Yes. I enjoy that. I love Hellbringers. This thing's good. But yeah, I'm happy they didn't nerf the Hellbringer down to the existing levels. They could have just done that, but they decided to just bring all the Hellbringers up to that level. But moving on here to the Gargoyle, last one here of the heroes that were unchanged. I'm going to flip my page here so I can keep up with my notes. What they've said here is that they, we're adding in torso hardpoints, which is like the first time they've done that, the side torso hardpoints on the Gargoyle. So we are concerned about that, but what we're going to do is we're just going to add a C-Bill variant that has these torso hardpoints. So our hero can stay the same. The hero will be the missile variant, but what you can do is you can now get 4 additional hardpoints of energy in your side torsos. 1 missile in the left torso, which may be used in some of the other Gargoyle builds where you have, say, missile arms and energy side torsos. And the energy CT, there's one that has, I believe, 2 energy CT, so you can do like 6 energy and then like 3 missile or something along those lines, however it comes out. But I'd have to agree with them. It's still going to be viable builds. The Gargoyle will be able to do it with the C-Bill variant. We are not going to need the hero, but maybe it would be nice to see if these were both 2 energy, 1 missile in each side. Maybe. Or maybe this was like 1 energy, 1 missile, 1 energy, 1 missile. That way we could have 2 missile in the torsos, and then the hero gets 3 missile, and it's not that big of a difference. But I can see what they're doing here, and I have little concern. And then the last one here is the Executioner. It's the last one that was changed. And what do we got here? Just gotta check my notes again. It lost missiles in its side torso. So it used to have 2 in each side torso. Now it just has 1. Because they're just like, okay, we went a little too far here. We're going to bring that back so it's only 1 missile in each side torso. We're going to cut that missile inflation by half. But what they are going to do is come out with the new loadout here with 2 missile in the left arm, 2 energy in the right arm, but then 3 energy in the right torso, which has been an increase compared to the rest of the Executioner line. So previously you could only get 2 energy in the right torso. Now you're going to get 3, so Laser Bomb builds, rejoice. You're getting an extra hard point with no effort at all. But yeah, I am happy about these changes, although I have to say one thing about this is it took community outrage for these changes to occur. It shouldn't happen again for community outrage to be required in order to make these sort of Omni heroes and stuff be reconsidered so they're not pay to win or overpowered. Just you've shown that you can do the thought process. All these things up here, all these at the beginning of each mech saying why we think it's certain ways is completely valid, and I agree with them, or I can understand you. Do that again before you release more heroes. Thank you, and keep going, PGI. This is good. I'm actually going to pick up another hero or 2 because now I'm happier with these things. But that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching, and good hunting.